You guys, hey. We absolutely need to talk, okay? Apologies for the echoey sound. I am filming in the kitchen because my camera's on charge at the moment. It's beside the point. We don't care about that. I've got a brew here, lovely coffee. I'm concerned, okay? This whole, I don't know if I can say it out loud because, I don't know, YouTube might not like the word, might censor me for unknown reason, is wildly depressing to consume. It's like we're reverting back to the early noughties and late 90s, early noughties, and it's not good. Like, we know how this goes, we know how it plays out. So I just wanted, speaking from experience, and to sort of debunk how good it is to be skinny or thinner. As you know, if you like watch me previous YouTube videos, I was really hyper-focused on health and wellness, and I feel like to a detriment to my body. I wasn't at a healthy weight. Ironically enough, I don't know if it's ironic, I was never underweight BMI wise, which is a whole nother discussion, which is why probably that whole system is a sham. But I was never technically underweight BMI wise, but I was suffering all the symptoms of someone who's underweight. I want to go through some of them and de-glamorize the idea that being skinny is being everything, because at the moment there is this, I don't know, agenda that's being pushed that it equates to being high value, to being rich. I don't know where that's come from, like, when in fact obviously we know that being larger back in the day was a sign of wealth, because you could afford to eat food and you could afford that abundance and, you know, affluent lifestyle, so you could eat whatever the fuck you wanted. But now apparently it's the opposite. And willpower and restraint are evidence of a high value person. Anyway, let's go through some of the checkpoints, okay? When I was at my lowest weight, I'm not gonna put any photos on, just in case someone shouts at me and goes, why have you done that? You shouldn't do that, because it's the internet. Number one, when you have low body fat or when you're underweight, your hormones aren't gonna be regulated. And for me, that manifested in really irregular cycles. Like, I always had my period, but they were awful. They were never consistent. I could never predict when they were coming. I would suffer super badly with cramp. All your PMS symptoms are gonna be exaggerated, okay? Let me just stress that, and it's bad enough already, guys. But if you're lucky enough to still have your period, then just trust that they're gonna be fucking awful, okay? And one thing I really highly value as a woman is like my hormone regulation. Not only, it doesn't matter if you want to have kids or not in the future, but obviously the prospect of having kids, you really want to prioritize your cycle and your hormone health and your period health. But moreover, women's hormones are just super critical in like regulating your nervous system, your brain health, just so many things that aren't necessarily associated with hormones, but they're so important in women. And that's gonna be messed the hell up if you're not eating enough and you're sort of prioritizing having a flat tummy. Equally, because hormones and your period and everything's linked to your gut health. If your gut's out of whack, which it will be if you're eating an almond a day or whatever the hell they're recommending, it's gonna manifest in your skin, okay? That's number two, guys. Terrible hormonal breakouts, cystic breakouts, acne. My skin in general was just terrible. It was dull, it lacked life. Like, you can eat as healthy as you want, but if you're not eating enough of it, it's not gonna, the benefits of it, you're not gonna see the outcome. So yeah, people like Liv Schmidt, or I don't know who else is a spearhead of this movement, but if they're promoting, make sure you're eating like really lean meats, like really healthy stuff, it doesn't matter. If you're not eating enough of it, you're not gonna get the benefits of it, so.
What?
Okay, sick. Something else that I experienced, I had a lot of like downy hair on my face. Like, I always have downy hair, I always have peach fuzz. I think most people in the world do. But I had it to quite an extreme effect, so that also made my skin look really textured and just not great. Like, I just, looking back, my face did not look nice. It looked hollow, sunken, yellow, and hairy. Yeah. But again, that's like the superficial looks element of this whole conversation. But it's just something to note, okay? Moreover, it's what you feel on the inside, and what I felt on the inside was not good. Lacking energy, okay? I didn't really want to go out and do much. I didn't want to be around friends, and I would be a little bitch, guys. I was so moody, so angst, so angry. I was just pissed off all the time, and that's again because I couldn't regulate my hormones because I wasn't giving my brain enough nutrition. Hello. So what have we covered so far? Bad skin, irregular period, grumpy, low energy, cold cold all the time. I still run quite cold because I'm quite a small person anyway, but when I was that weight, I would be cold in the summer. Like I'd wear jumpers, I'd wear thermal layers, etc, etc, and it still wouldn't be enough. I'd always want the heating on and I was never allowed the heating on, so there was friction caused there. So that's not good. Essentially, if I was to be dumped on an island at that point and be told to survive, I would probably be the first one to cark it, okay? Because I had no fat reserves, I had no energy, I had no like sensibility, I couldn't think straight. So I was like already day 7 of living on an island. It's how you could think about it. Next one, I don't know what number this is, but my hair health was abysmal. My hair would fall out in clumps. And I would try to supplement it, but that didn't work because ultimately it was down to the nutrition. And this is something that is not spoken about. It's not, obviously, because it's not the glamorous part of being a little waif-like body, is it? But every time I'd wash my hair would be coming out. My hairline was like way back there, I swear to God. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's definitely more fuller now and healthier, and I don't know, it's because I eat enough. And I eat what I want, moreover. Like, so I like to prioritize healthy food, but it's not the be all and end all at the moment, and that's been the most freeing thing, and definitely helped with my cortisol levels. Okay, cortisol, the stress hormone, because I'm not anxious or worried around food. I don't know, I'm less inflamed within my body. So even when I was eating super duper healthy, I'd still be like puffy and I'd retain a lot of water, but that's because I had high stress levels. But now that that's managed, because I'm relaxed around food, everything's found its balance. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's just very worrying, and I know that the demographic on TikTok and just social media in general, I feel like it's getting younger and younger all the time. So I'm just worried about who's viewing this content and how impressionable, magpie, and susceptible they are to this misinformation. And I think it's perpetuated by the fact that, you know, she lives in New York, she's living in this glamour, I'm talking about. Listen, I don't know much about her, so I might be speaking from my she lives quite a glamorous lifestyle. So it's easy to put the 2 and 2 together and make false association between success and weight, which is just not the case. It's just not the case. Also, another element of my reality was I found it hard to make connections romantically. Like I didn't have a sex drive. Sean Connery. I didn't have a sex drive. I didn't have the want to have a partner at that time. And now I've got my lovely Bryn, of course, and I know he makes me feel so comfortable and happy in my body as well. So like, it's a win. It's a win-win. And shared experiences over food is something that I probably couldn't fathom back in the day. But now we can like go out and eat together and we eat the same meals because I don't value being skinny over everything. And equally, the less I've thought about my body, the less I've tried to do to maintain a certain look, the easier it's been for my body to just find a happy place. Like at the moment, I'm just existing. I'm not really doing much exercise nowadays. Like as I mentioned in one of my videos about quitting the gym, I go on walks most days. So I don't do Pilates, I don't control what I eat. I certainly don't track my calories or anything like that. I still love nutrition, and yes, I love to supplement, but it's not my focus in life at all. It's something that's very much at the back of my mind, and yet, like, my body is happy how it's supposed to be. And I'm not having to do anything to look this way, which is how I know that my body's comfortable. Like, it's found its sweet spot, it's found its resting place, which is so lovely. Like, at the start, when I started eating more food because I knew that I was unfueling myself, I was retaining a lot of water, I was a little bit puffy because I was eating in excess, obviously, because I wanted to tell my body that it was safe and it could trust me, that I was going to give it enough and I was going to feed it the right stuff. Yeah, so I gained a little bit of weight, but then, honestly, within a few months, maybe 5 months, maybe? I don't know how long it was. But the water weight goes down, disperses everywhere all over your body. Now I've got a nice layer of fat on my tummy. I've still got like really weedy arms, unfortunately. I want to build them up. It'll level itself out, and it's ultimately something that I actually don't care about. You know, I'm nearly 30. I'm not nearly, well, next year. Let's not wish me life away. This is starting to be a ramble. Okay. And I think just as you mature, less of an emphasis is put on how you look, and it's more about who you are as a person and how you feel on the inside, and that is cheesy as hell, but it's true. People in your life don't value you for how you look as well, which is something to remember And yes, I am gonna have a bite of a cookie because I've just remembered I was saving a cookie for my coffee and I haven't had it. Oatmeal and peanut butter. I eat peanut butter now. I used to tell myself that I didn't like it, but because I didn't. I don't like it. Actually, I still don't think I like it. But it's good in certain contexts. Anyway, oh, let me do a thumbnail on here. If you feel comfortable sharing your experiences below, please do that. I'd love to read them. And I hope you're well. What else is there to say? Oh God, guys, it's been a year for me, let me tell you. Peace and love.